Hello, my name is Kamisha Knighton, and I am the Federal Programs Clerk here at Hattiesburg Public Schools. Today we are going to cover Chapter 3 of Mind in the Making by Dr. Ellen Galinsky, Communications. Most parents' ultimate wish for their child is to be successful in finding and maintaining a job and also successful relationships. Of those, employers' top two concerns are spoken communication skills and written communication skills. So I have a quick exercise for you. Can you read this statement quickly? Were you able to successfully do it? So there are ways of cracking the communication code. How, you might be asking. The what then happens between the time a child is born and the time he or she enters the workforce. So according to Dr. Galinsky, first children must acquire the tools of language, the ability to comprehend, speak, and read words, and then learn to use those tools with power and precision. All of those things make up communication. So, what is effective communication? Effective communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, and emotions so that the message is received and understood with clarity and purpose. So now we are going to go to a quick video by the Mississippi Public Broadcasting where they will also explain what communication is.
Babies. They're awfully cute. But are they good communicators? It turns out they really are. Communication is one of the most important life skills. It's something we want to encourage from day one. So let's explore communicating and what it really means. You know that sing-song way many people talk to babies? There's actually a term for it. More than one, actually. The scientific term is infant-directed speech, but it's also called parent speak or parentese. Your voice goes higher, you speak slower, and the baby responds. In fact, babies are primed to respond to us, and the results are incredible. They're born without any words at all, and most are speaking full sentences within 2 years. It's pretty amazing. Communicating uses executive function skills, including paying attention, aka focus, the important cognitive flexibility to figure out how we'll be understood by others, and selecting what we say and how we say it can require some self-control or inhibitory control. Kids build their communication skills by engaging in back and forth exchanges. This can be through words, gestures, or using other symbols or sounds to get their meaning across. Communication involves learning to make themselves understood and to understand others. This basic necessary life skill is the one teachers and employers feel is most lacking. So, how do we encourage early communication skills and then keep building our kids' toolkits as they get older? Here are some easy ways to make developing communication skills part of your everyday life. Should we pour some more? Okay, we'll do uno, dos, tres, cuatro. With young children throughout the day, you can act like a sportscaster and narrate what you are doing. This helps kids connect words to their meaning. If you speak more than one language, use words in both languages, switching back and forth as it feels natural, day to day, activity to activity, or moment to moment. Knowing more than one language is an asset for kids. Thank you for helping me. As kids get older, bring them in on the narrative action. Ask them to explain what they're doing as they do it, or tell you about their day, or what they dreamed about last night. Encourage them to act out stories, or share what they remember about certain characters, or tell you about their favorite character and what makes them so special. Playtime truly is learning time for kids. Sports and games where children have to respond appropriately to what others do in the game helps them to develop so many skills, including communication.
Nice. Are you having fun?
Yeah, but they won't let me be it.
Did you tell them that?
Yeah,
How did you tell them?
nicely.
Some great communications learning strategies are to encourage your kids to think about what they want to communicate and how others will react to it. Teaching them early on that communication is about what we say and also how we say it. You can also coach children to listen to others by practicing give and take conversation, where you show them how to take turns talking. You ask a question, they answer. They ask a question, you answer, and so on. It's the turn taking that builds the skill.
Can I be it? Sure, Dad, you're it.
Communication has always been key to basic human survival. It's how we connect with one another, express our needs, keep each other safe. It's how we give and take not only in conversation, but also in life. As our kids get older, this skill will help them with more than their academic or career options. It will help them connect to the world around them and communicate their own views and values. Everyday moments give us a chance to model good communication. Back and forth conversations, using lots of words, connecting words with actions, and making communication something natural and fun for our kids. Remember, effective communication is an incredibly important life skill. Since it's also the one teachers and employers feel is most lacking these days, that means that we have a true challenge and opportunity when it comes to supporting the children in our lives and helping them build this skill. Find more ideas for teaching communication skills to your children at mindinthemaking.org.
From the video, there are 3 ways that parents can start initiating communication with their infants. The first one being Parent Speak, which is infant-directed speech. Research by Dr. Patricia Kuhl and Dr. Ann Fernald and their teams have proven that babies prefer the sing-song, higher-pitched sounds of parentheses. Parent Look, which is parent facial expressions. Research by Dr. Janet Worker studied parent facial expressions when they were talking to infants. The third being Parent Gesture, pointing or directing attention. Research by Dr. Susan Golden Meadow has found that gestures are signals to children indicating what parents think is important. Parents' choice of preschool. The first thing teachers should do is use cognitively engaging talk. This is very much like the kind of talk that we saw in homes around books, asking the children to consider hypothetical situations or to make future plans, asking children to talk about their own lives and how those relate to the stories in the books. Number 2, teachers should use more complex, sophisticated words when talking to children. And number 3, teachers should have a content-oriented curricular plan. These were preschools in which the teachers engaged the children in learning about letters and sounds, about the world, and about how to analyze and think. Children with poor skills in focused attention and self-control typically also have poor skills in literacy and math. So I have an experiment for you to do. It's called Do the Opposite of What I Say or Head-to-Toe Task. In this 5-minute assessment, children are asked to do the opposite of what the experimenter tells them to do. This very simple task, repeated 10 times, assesses the skills we explored in Chapter 1 on focus and self-control. It requires the child to have focused attention, working memory, and inhibitory control. The children have to pay attention to the directions, remember the rules, and inhibit the tendency to go on automatic and follow the directions of the experimenter. Encouraging literacy skills in the early school years. Expression, which is a central purpose of literacy, is to communicate. Understanding, not just drills. A steady diet of drill and practice neglects comprehension and dampens understanding and enjoyment of what they are reading. Surround the process with enjoyment. Make it playful. Learning takes place best when young children are engaged and enjoying themselves. Connect the visual with the verbal. Understanding symbolic relationships of all kinds, both pictures and squiggles. Give children a concept of printed words, allowing them to read left to right, beginning to end, top to bottom, and space around a word. Talk, listen, discuss, and imagine. Meaningful experiences with books, reading aloud, and then talking about the book. Encourage the children to talk about their ideas. Share and talk with others, being able to comprehend what they currently read. Cracking the code. Make it fun to crack this code. Everyday, fun, and meaningful activities. Promote expression in all its forms, whether it be drawing, painting, or writing. Children are born engaged in learning. With the help of adults, they will remain engaged in learning. Communication skills extend their learning by giving them the tools not only to learn from others, but to share what they've learned with others. A few suggestions that we have from the Mind in the Making book are: create an environment at home where words, reading, and listening are important. Narrate your children's experiences with parent talk, parent look, and parent gesture. Use extra talk and talk that goes beyond the here and now. Tie your talk in to what is interesting to children. Tell stories about your life and ask your children to tell stories about theirs. Read, and read some more with your child. Play with word sounds. Encourage your children to write. Select early childhood programs where communication skills are emphasized. Give children access to many forms of media communication. Continue to promote the skills of focus and self-control from Chapter 1. Emphasize effective communication. Here are a few resources for you. We have the Vroom app where you have ideas for parents. You can sign up either online or by text. Another resource for you is readingrockets.org. You can scan the QR code in order to access the Reading Rockets website. From there, you can create an account and log in where you can engage your young learners in literacy and learning at home. Thank you for joining us as we have covered Chapter 3, Communications. We look forward to seeing you as we cover Chapter 4, Making Connections.